What's up, guys? It's your buddy 5 Bar Doom. Just wanted to do a little weekly foosball update. Actually, I didn't do one last week, so I'll kind of throw in the week before as well. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, not much of an update. I went 2-0 in the weekly bring. I don't think I played the draw, or if I did, I sucked. Maybe I played it and sucked, but then I went 2-0 in the bring with my friend Mike Beatty. Beatty played fine. We actually had Chris and Bob on the ropes. I think we were up 4-3 in the third game, and I just blew it, couldn't do it. And then we lost to Sean and Danny Summers in losers bracket. So I went 2-0. Two decent teams. You know, it happens sometimes. No big deal. Just wanted to throw it out there. I wasn't trying to avoid calling it out in the video or anything like that. And that's when we had the whole in and out drama, which is why I posted that in and out video. This past weekend, I played 2 tournaments. I won both tournaments. There was a singles tournament on Friday night. They moved it to Abibo, which is our Saturday night bar. Unfortunately, it was only 5 people in the tournament, so that kind of sucked. I don't know that the people that normally show up at Grady's even know about it. I don't even know how they would find out that the venue changed, unless like Rob had called everybody. So my guess is people maybe just didn't even know that it was at Abibo. So if you know anybody that normally shows up at Grady's on Fridays, you might want to let them know, hey, they're moving it to Abibo. But yeah, it was a small turnout. I won it. I had to beat Jim Herman, then Jay Junkin. Then Rob actually played really good and beat both Owen and Jay to get into the finals. And his brush pass actually looked really good. So nice job, Rob. I thought his brush looked better than ever in that tournament. But I ended up winning that tournament. Not a good payout. I paid $10 to enter, $5 entry plus $5 table fee, and I got paid out $15. So I netted $5 for first place in a tournament. It's pretty bad. It is what it is. I think with tournaments, though, you can't, it's hard to post that you're going to pay out. Like, it's hard to post how many spots you're going to pay out until you see how many people are in the tournament. Like, I remember there was one tournament at Grady's where there were like over 10 people and they paid out 100% to first, which I also won, and that was sweet. But in that situation, you could definitely make an argument for paying second. This week there's 5 people. In my opinion, you should only pay first. So it is what it is. But yeah, one tournament, payout sucked, no big deal. There's only 5 people. Then Saturday night, I played the Bring. I played with Bill Hagee. We got off to a bad start. We played against Brian Bennett and Jim Herman, and they beat us 2 games straight. I did want to throw out to Brian that he played really well on Saturday. It's probably one of the best I've seen Brian play. Brian won the draw, and I think it was just based on points. So they played a bunch of rounds, and whoever had the most points over those rounds won the tournament. So Brian won that. Nice job, Brian. And then Brian, like I said, Brian and Jim beat us first round in the Bring, and he played really well. So it's good to see Brian stepping up and playing really well. He was passing and shooting good. Nice job, Brian. Good stuff. So yeah, so me and Bill lost first round. And didn't feel that great. It was the first time me and Bill had played together, so we were kind of trying to figure it out. We did some switching and stuff like that. Second round, we had to play Sean Chenard and Ruther, the possible but very disputed inventor of the roller. I had some people comment on my post about inventing the roller, and people were like, no, he didn't invent the roller. So I don't know, but anyway, Ruther. So yeah, Ruther and Sean. And so we beat them. I played up front the whole time. And then we had to play Fuad and Todd. There's only 6 teams in the Bring, but they're all, there's some definitely tough teams. Because Sean and Steve are tough. Fuad and Todd played well as well. Fuad always blocks me really well. So luckily we pulled that one out. And then we had to hit the final boss of Chris and Bob in the finals. And I actually played pretty well in that match, and we were able to win it. We won the first match 2 games straight, and we won the second match in 3 games. For me, what I thought really was great was my 5-bar defense. Like, I hadn't seen my 5-bar defense be on fire as much as it was as this weekend in a long time. Felt really good, and I was actually passing pretty good as well. Bob was blocking me pretty well. I definitely shot a little too heavy on the push side or pull side, I think. It's kind of my good side. Bob knows that's my good side. I think he was kind of baiting me for it a lot. Like, I would see it open, I would go for it, and he would be there. So I probably could have made some better decisions on my 3-bar, but overall, we got it done. I thought Bill played really well too. You know what I mean? Bill did great last week as well. He played with Jay last week, and they got second place to Chris and Bob. And this week, he played mostly goalie for me, except for in that first match. He played really well. He blocked really well. The one thing I'll say about Bill's defense I think is good is the speed at which he moves his min around. He might switch a little more than is good, but he moves the min very fast, which I think is really good. It just makes it a lot harder. I don't know. I think it's just as a forward, it gives you more indecision about where the men are if you're really moving the men around rapidly. So I thought Bill did a great job blocking. He has like kind of a weird passing series, and it worked really well. He got me a bunch of passes. He hit this one slingshot pass that was freaking insane, dude. It was just like he hit it just as hard as you can hit it, just stuck to my man, and it was insane, just like a slingshot. I don't know 100% if it was intentional or not. I think it was, but either way, it was dope. You know what I mean? And he blocked really well, passed really well. I thought we played together pretty well as a team also. So I'm looking forward to playing another one with Bill. The other thing I'll say about Bill is he just has a good attitude. He's like pretty chill, pretty humble. He's just like a good partner to play with. You know what I mean? He didn't give me any shit. It was like a good experience playing with Bill. So it's the first time we played together, and it went really well. We won that tournament, so that was good. On the payout side, on that tournament, it was also terrible. I mean, it was only, like I said, only 6 teams, so whatever. First place, I think they said first place got $60, second place got $50. So that breakdown is fucked. You need to, if you're paying 2 places, you really should pay like 70-30, I think, as far as like the percentage breakdown. So if the prize pool is $110, it would have been a lot better to pay out like 80-30 or maybe 70-40, not 60-50. That's BS. But so I won 2 tournaments this weekend. The first one I netted $5. The second one I paid $15 entry and got $30. So I won $15. So I won 2 tournaments and won a total of $20. Does that sound good to you? No, it's awful. So, but, that's foosball. Foosball is the world of terrible payouts. Like, I honestly can't, I don't think there is a game or sport, not that this is a sport, it's a game, but I don't think there's another game that exists in the world where you enter for money and the payouts are worse. Like, if you can think of one, please post in the comments. I can't even imagine what it would be where you're paying money to enter something and the payouts you get are any worse than foosball. I have to imagine it's the absolute worst thing you can do, playing for money in the entire world. But that's okay. It was still fun. It's great seeing everybody, good hanging out, playing some foosball, having some laughs and whatnot. So yeah, that went pretty well. Oh, I guess I should also mention League. I'm also playing League with Beth, and the League format, and it's every Wednesday night. So it's been pretty fun. I have not been streaming it because Beth didn't want me to stream it. Beth hasn't been playing too much lately, and it's got a little stream anxiety, which I understand. So I have not been streaming those matches. However, it's been pretty fun. This last week we played Fuad and Todd, and we won slightly on points. I don't understand how the points work at all. There's some, they have some software that does whatever, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? I have a really high handicap in there, which kind of screws me over intentionally, which is fine. And, yeah, I have no idea how the points work. All I know is I don't think it's going very well for us points-wise, but it is pretty fun. The one thing I'll say about the League, though, is it's a pretty cool format on the League. And the way our League works, I really like it. It's probably the best format for League I've seen. And the way it works is you play against one team every week. So it's like me and Beth, 2-person team. This last week it was Fuad and Todd. And the way it works is you pick kind of your number 1 player and your number 2 player, and you play one game of doubles where the number 1 player plays front the whole time. One game of doubles where the number 2 player plays front the whole time. Like, you can't switch even in timeouts. So you have to play one with each up front. I love that. I think it's really neat. Then you play one roto game where the number 1 player starts up front. And then when you score, you have to switch. That's the only time you can switch. So that's really cool to mix in roto. Then there's singles. So you basically play all the permutations of. There's 4 games of singles. You each play everybody else at singles. So that's really fun to play some singles. Then there's one game. You basically, there's 2 games of forward shootout. So like you play against one person in forward shootout, and then the other 2 people play forward shootout. Then same with goalie wars. And then there's like one more open doubles where the number 1 player starts up front, I think. Yeah. And then one more game of roto. So it's a really fun format. It's cool because you play a lot of foosball and you play all the different formats, which is really neat. And it's nice because you can really keep it going because you're playing the same team every time. So there's no delay. You know what I mean? It's like you finish the game, you can just move into the next game. Or if you want a smoke break or get a drink or something, you can do that. But at least like you're not waiting on other teams to finish. So it moves a lot. Considering how much foosball you play, it actually moves really fast. So overall, it's really good. From a money perspective, as everything in foosball, it's fucking terrible because we paid $100 a player and $50 is rake. That is absolute rock bottom, the worst. Terrible, terrible. I understand why they're doing it. It's a lot of weeks. So, whatever. It is what it is. I paid it. So, hey, man, whatever. But is it good? No, it's terrible. It's a gigantic rake and a huge fee for not a great payout. But at the same time, that's foosball. Foosball is not a world of good payouts, as I've complained about many, many times on this channel. And I am enjoying the league. So it's all good. So this week we're playing League again. This Saturday. I think this Saturday I'm going to play the Bring. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't committed to a partner yet. I might even play with Beth if she feels up to it. So we'll kind of see what happens. But anyway, that's my weekly update. 2 for 2 this weekend. 2 in barbecue the previous week. Kind of comes and goes with foosball success. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. If you got anything to say about this, please drop me a comment. Please hit that subscribe button and whatnot. And I'll see you guys in the next video.